Hello everyone, PDF here, and today we are going to be starting ourselves a new adventure here in Stoneblock 3. That is correct, this is actually a Java mod pack. It is not Bedrock Edition. I have not given up on Bedrock, so don't worry. I just have actually been playing this a bit recently, kind of on my own, and I am having an absolute blast doing it. The Create mod and a lot of the other mods that Java can do are a lot of fun. There actually is Stoneblock 2 available in the marketplace for Bedrock Edition, and it's by the same creators, Feed the Beast. So they do have a version on Bedrock, just not the newest. This came out within the past week or so. So I thought it'd be a good one for us to go with. We're going to create a new world, and we're going to have ourselves kind of some fun just with something different. So yep, as you can see, I have my own little just for fun world that I've been doing to kind of get a hang of things and figure out how things work a bit. But we are going to make ourselves a brand new world for this series, and we will call it Stoneblock 3. I know, super creative, nobody has ever thought of it. One thing I'm going to do, I've seen a few other people do, I don't know why, but I'm going to do it anyway, is click Allow Cheats On. It lets you use some of the game mode commands that are just available, I think. Otherwise, I really don't know. I haven't used it yet. It just happens to be there. Difficulty normal, we'll just leave everything as is, and then we will create new world. And we're going to come into a pretty cool looking area here in just a moment. This is the lobby. When you first enter this world, whether you're playing single player or otherwise, it brings you to this room here. This is not, in fact, where you start, as in your world. This is just kind of the lobby area to show some of the things off. And going through this portal brings you to your starting world. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Now, we do have kind of a choice to make. They offer a few different ways you can start your world off here. You can start with the original, a cave option, Drippy Cave, which looks kind of cool, Lushed House, Lushed Mineshaft intersection, and a Mineshaft intersection. Now in my one I've been playing around with, I'm using the Lushed House, which I absolutely enjoy and think it's fantastic. But I think for the purposes of this, it's a toss-up between Drippy Cave and Lushed House. Both are just fantastic, I think. I think we'll stick with the Lushed House for now. Any of these choices I think will be great for you, but I really enjoy this one, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. So now, one of the kind of things to keep in mind with Stoneblock is you are entirely underground. The whole world is underground. There is no surface to get up to, if you will. It is all layers of stone and various things. Take a look at our map here. Now, this is the world that we know of thus far. As we dig out and around and explore things, we'll find a lot more other things. We'll take a look in our handy dandy book here. And this is what the world looks like. As you can see, this is kind of, we start here in the middle, looks like a giant eyeball, goes out into different caves and all sorts of things to explore. I think about 1,000 blocks out, you hit the nether, and then some distance after that, you hit the end. So everything all kind of in one area here. And so you can teleport to another player using /TPA command. I'm playing this by myself, so that doesn't really make a difference. And yep, we spawn in at 0, 0, so very easy to kind of find our way. So this created our home dimension. Joining another player's party, blah, 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 lots of ready stuff. You can check it out if you decide to get the pack. Events. Yep, those are events. So now, that's still welcome. Getting started. We need to break some stone. It's kind of how everything goes here in Minecraft. Before we break the stone really quick, though, I'm gonna kind of clean up some of the ground here, get rid of some of the grass and stuff. Just kind of give myself a little more room to work with. Now you can see we got some interesting stuff in our inventory here. We've got drip leaf, doesn't help me at all, moss carpet, moss, wheat seeds, and a couple new things. Industrial hemp seeds, which is a way to get string kind of early on, and grass seed. What does grass seed do? Well, let me clear a little space here. Grass seed is very helpful. I don't want to clear the moss, I just want to clear the carpet. So give me a second to clear all this out, and then we'll go over what it does. Alright, so this is cleared out a bit now. The grass seed is going to be very important, because this is all moss, as you can see. And passive mobs can't spawn on moss. So we're definitely going to want to get passive mobs spawning in here as quick as we can. So I'm going to clear out a little bit more of this moss around the edges. And then I think we're going to take some of this, grass seed, and if we click on the moss, turns it into grass. So this will give us a chance to maybe start getting some things like chickens and other things spawning in. We have our little house here. Let's take a look at what we got. Part of the reason why I picked this particular starting one is it gives us quite a few things early on here. We have cauldrons, which are going to be very handy. Some early storage, a little bell we can ring. Some more just resources. These doors come in handy later. A bed, which is weird in that it doesn't really do much other than, you know, we set spawn, but we're underground. Sleep really doesn't matter. And a whole bunch of these campfires, which are an early source of charcoal and stuff. So good to have. Now, before we really kind of get started with some stuff, I'm sure people are kind of, you know, asking themselves or the screen, hey, PDF, why are we playing Java? What are we doing? What's the purpose? Well, really, honestly, fun. Like I said, I've been playing this kind of on my own aside, and it's a lot of fun. Modded is just so much fun. So many things you can do that I wish we had in vanilla. It's kind of a good way to kind of stretch your creative brain a bit too, get to do some fun stuff. So some of the goals, actually I should say my main goal with this particular series, we're going to take it kind of one step at a time. The main goal, first we're getting set up. Ultimately, I want to beat the Ender Dragon and the Wither. A little easier to do in Java since some of the things still work like they should. But that's going to be kind of where we're starting at. And believe me, there's a lot more to do than that. That's just kind of where we're starting for now. Not that. Let's see here. Let's check our quest book. This kind of gives the layout, and as we do more and unlock more things, it'll open up more bits of our book to look at. First things first, we got to punch a rock. When we do, we get these stone pebbles, which are how we're going to start our crafting journey, and they can actually be a food source in a pinch, though I do not advise it. And yeah, you gotta punch them with a bare hand, not holding something, otherwise they just break. So we take our pebbles, boop, cobblestone. We're gonna need 4 bits of cobblestone. Let's see, and it drops between like 2 and yada yada amount, like 2 and 3, I think up to 4. That I never really paid much attention to. Alright, so why do we need one more? Well, we are going to make our first crafting table. It's a stone one. I think it looks pretty neat. I'd kind of like to be able to do this in vanilla too. I think it would just be a neat kind of way to do things. Let me get some of this carpet up. We're going to end up doing some remodeling in here at some point, but not right now. I just want to give us some room, get some of this stuff out of the way. Put that in there. Where should we put? Right there. That works. Alrighty, so we're going to need a bit more stone. We're going to need 8 pieces at least. I think this will work. Come over to our crafting table here, and we're going to make our first tool. But we need some stone rods because we don't have sticks yet. Let me see. You know what? Let's look at our handy dandy book here. Collect our random reward, an experience obelisk. That does not help us in any way, shape, or form right now. We made our crafting table. What do we get? A hovering hourglass. Again, not helpful. So let's see. Now we need to make our hammer. Stone hammer. So we need 2 and 3. Okay, that's what it was. I need just a tiny bit more stone then. Now this particular hammer is going to let us get the materials a little bit easier early on here. Boop and boop. Hammer time. Alright, what do we get now? A hopper. That is not helpful at all. We are also going to make a stone crook. I don't have enough though, so we're going to go smashy smashy, gather some rocks. A little bit easier than doing it by hand. Now this particular hammer has a few other interesting properties that we'll get to here in just a moment that it can do. Give me a minute to collect up a bunch of this and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next thing we're going to make. Okay, we have a bunch here, so I'm going to turn a bunch of it into these rods. We'll take 4 of them and that'll make us a stone crook, which is a handy little tool. It's how we're going to get saplings and seeds and stuff. And what is this here? A personal shrinking device. Helpful-ish, but no. Nope. You come down here. We'll throw you in here, and I'll just put our little pebble there. All right. So what's next on the agenda here? Seeds. Using a crook on dirt. So where do we get dirt? Well, if we take some of our cobblestone and break it again with the hammer, as you can see there, we get gravel. And we got A compressed gravel block. What is a compressed gravel block? Well, it's 9 pieces of gravel kind of pushed down into one block. Comes in very handy for storing things. Use that. Oh, and what was that, you might ask? Well, we have what's called FTB Ultimine, which lets us do kind of a bunch of stuff at once. Just makes things a lot faster. Well, gravel is nice, but it's not dirt. So what do we do now? We do it again. Doing that to to gravel gets us dirt. And if we do it to dirt, that'll get us sand. If we do it to sand, that'll get us dust. That'll come into play later on. So now we take our crook, boop, and we just got a whole bunch of saplings and stuff. We got some trees, all sorts of goodies. So, you know, I do like spruce. The loot bee. Where is the loot bee? Nowhere. Well, can we get down to him? I know. Going, what is the loot bee? It is literally exactly what it says. It is a bee that drops loot. Lots of good stuff, though. If you can get down to him quick enough, the faster you get to him, I think the better the loot you get is. Let's see if we can't make our way over to the bee here quickly. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying it's how it is. Come on, Mr. Bee. There we are. There we go. And we unlocked some chapters in Botania. We've got a mystical white flower. That is definitely going to come in handy later. Okay, let's boop, boop, boop. Fill in as we go here. What did we get? We got copper. Nice. Let's see. Is he still flying around? No, looks like maybe he disappeared. Press the M button and take a look at our map, and that shows our little area right here. So we got a mystical white flower and a copper ingot. Doesn't help us much at the moment, but it will later. So for now, I'm just going to plant you there. We got some gold and a basic pipe upgrade, because that comes in very helpful early on, said no one. Okay, so we'll throw you in there, and we don't have any other barrels, do we? Not yet. So we'll put our goodies in here. Ooh, eggs and potatoes. Those are definitely going to come in handy. Some interesting trees here. Jungle, birch. We want to plant this guy here. Should be enough room. How are we going to grow a tree with the low light level and stuff? If you hit the shift button repeatedly, we can twerk, which comes in pretty handy. May or may not work with that tree, given that there's not a ton of room right here. Let's try over here. If not, maybe, there we go. All right, perfect. So now, if we use the crook on the leaves like that, it'll drop saplings and all sorts of other goodies. Now, all the vanilla recipes are in the game as well. So luckily, I got these 2 sticks from breaking something earlier. So now we'll make ourselves just a regular vanilla stone axe. And using the Ultimine, we'll chop that right down. All right, we got seeds, so that gives us some of the goodies. Saplings, what do we get? A cooking pot, I have never used that. Logs, I want oak, actually. All right, so, whoops, we still have more to collect. We got dirt, let's see here. Yeah, let me show you here. We take our gravel, hit it with the hammer, get the dirt, as you saw. Hit that, we get sand. Hit that, and we get dust. Come in handy later when that gives us some really good stuff. So for now, we're going to put some of our goodies in there that we got. Boop, 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 and actually, yeah, I'll switch to birch just because it can grow in smaller areas. Let's see. Gonna need another hammer because this one's about to break. Let's combine them, save room. Here we go. There we go. Just an easy way to kind of make them grow faster. Early on, at least, it does come in handy. And we'll take a look at our quest here. Sand, we get some sand. Dust, we get some dust. And we're going to dig our way down to andesite here momentarily. But now we can open up some other fun stuff. Tinker's tools. We have a part builder and a tinker station. Well, this is fancy looking. Pattern. The pattern is 2 sticks and 2 of pretty much any wood. So it doesn't really matter. Believe me, these are the easy recipes. It gets a lot more complicated from here on out. Pattern. This was one of them, if I remember correctly. And this is just 2 like that. So we'll go boop and boop. Perfect. I'm going to find a spot for him. Over here for now seems good. The other thing I want to make, because it's going to come in handy sooner rather than later, is our good old stove. And we'll work on smelting up a little bit of charcoal. I'm not too worried about the lighting just yet. As you can see, we haven't really had to worry about hostile mobs yet. Not that we're not going to, just yet. So what did we get? Chiseled bit bag. I have absolutely no idea what that does. Doesn't come in handy right now, at least. But I think that does get us another... Does that get us another one? Nope. Okay, so now we can try to make kind of our first meltery setup here. Need seared heater, which to get that, we need seared bricks, which we're going to need grout, which we're going to need a bunch of stuff, clay, dark sand, or any kind of sand, and gravel. Let's take a peek here quick. Nope, close that. This is what we want to do first, I think, the kind of grindy bits. But we're actually going to have to get the andesite first, believe it or not. So I will come over here, and I think it's like 50 or 60 blocks down. Actually really quick before we get too far. Let me grab a little bit of the charcoal here. And this will get us a stack of torches, and I can rearrange my inventory a little bit here. And then we'll go boop, boop, bloop. And grab this. And alright, so that's a good start at least. We'll use this to kind of dig down. Save our hammer for all the changing stuff and other stuff we're going to need to do. Let me dig down quick, and then we'll get ourselves to the andesite level, and then we'll come right back. Alright, we are at the andesite level, and I'm going to collect up a little bit of this at least. We're going to need it for quite a few things coming up. So good to get some now, really. Let's see, I think once we dig this section kind of over here, that'll be that, and we can go back up for now. We'll be back, that is for sure. Gonna be needing a lot more andesite. On the way back up we go. One quick editing cut later, and we're back up at the top here. All right, and now the other thing you may notice, and kind of the way that I'm gonna be doing this series, is the way I played is gonna be a lot more kind of casual as opposed to teaching type of thing. I'll still try to go over stuff here and there as, you know, it's kind of applicable, but it's going to be really kind of me playing through, showing off some of what the modded aspects of the game are, you know, what we can do with it. There's some things I've figured out through trial and error that, you know, maybe I can inform others who give it a try how to do, so that way they're not struggling like I was. We are going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be so nice when we get this. Oh, I love hammers. Now on to making a millstone. So we need some polished andesite, any kind of rock really, some planks, and a cogwheel. What in the world is a cogwheel? Well, let me move this a little closer. Yep, just throw it here for now. What did it say again? Cogwheel in the middle. Okay, so we are going to need buttons. First off, we're going to need polished andesite. Surround that with buttons, and you get a cogwheel. Okay, so that's one. We're going to need a hand crank, which is some planks, polished andesite, and a stone rod. Okay, so I need more planks. Bloop. I need to move that out of the way, because I need this. Bloop. Stone rod, polished andesite. Okay. Stone rod and polished andesite for the hand crank. And now the millstone itself is we're going to need that cogwheel in the middle. Wood on top. Cogwheel. Wood. Boop boop. And will it work with that? Yes. Perfect. Grab our reward. Another chiseled bit bag I have absolutely no use for right now. Let's take a look here at what this is. Been a little bit... Okay, there we go. Yep. As you can see, that makes that move. Yeah, I guess that works for now. I want to make this a little easier to get stuff into though, so we'll build ourselves a stairway. Perfect. So what we can do, let me do this the easier way. Take some gravel. Throw the gravel in here. Gravel is now inside that. And then give it a few good turns, and that should break up the gravel, and that'll be how we get initially some of our first ores and some of the other goodies. It uses up quite a bit of the hunger bar though, as it's very labor intensive. And you'll know when it's empty, when it stops having those particles and making that kind of noise. There we go. So now we'll shift and right click. We've got some iron, some coal, we got some sand. Speaking of, let me grab these. We'll throw that in there. And yes, I know that's wasting it. I'll show you what we're going to do about that here in a moment. We do have something we can do. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Stone hammer. Okay, this is... Alright, we're entering the big leagues now. Alright. Oh, but the coal, if we put that in our inventory, we can actually break it down to mini coal. Can't go the other way, can't turn it into bigger, but you can do the same with charcoal. And what that does is one piece of mini will smelt at one item. So just kind of an easier way to save it, good for, you know, economy of resources, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Boop, boop. Cooking pot, I don't need yet. Alright, now let's have some fun. So, I'm going to look at this block here, right? We break, and that gets out a 3x3 area. Oh, this is so much easier. Why can't we have this in vanilla? Look at how easy and nice that is. And, you know, just symmetry and all that. Look at how fast we made this kind of tunnel. We need this in vanilla so badly, in my opinion. Now, we're not going to go super duper crazy or anything like that just yet. Just getting resources, that's all. Now, as you saw, that used up a lot of hunger to do. And it's also incredibly inefficient. And really just not the best way to do that. So what are we going to do about that? First, we're going to collect some rewards here. Another battery. It's basic at least. Does not help us in any way, shape, or form, mind you, but that's okay. What else? Power. Ooh, that is excellent. A diamond chest. What you are about to ask is a diamond chest. Ooh, shiny, 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 shiny. But that's not the best part. Take a look at this. That's the best part. Look at that inventory space. Oh, that is so nice. I think what we're gonna do here is... First, we're gonna make up a bunch of dirt. I'm gonna break down some of this into, I don't know how much exactly, but a bunch of dirt so we can make kind of a dirt covered area. As you can see, we did have a couple pieces started. So if I put some more dirt over here, it should, with a few more torches, spread to that. That'll give us a grassy area, and maybe even we'll start to get some passive mob spawning. So give me a little bit to work on some of that, and then we'll come right back. Because believe me, it's as boring for me to do as it is for you to watch. So next time you see me, we'll do a quick edit cut, and just like that, we've got a stack and almost a half of dirt. Let me come around here and we'll start to clean this up a little bit, expand our area a little bit here. And just as a quick aside, the way, actually I'll just show you, that'll maybe make it a tiny bit easier here. So if we take our stone, we'll go like this, and you put it in a, 3x3, you get compressed cobblestone. So that is 9 pieces of stone in one block right there. You can, in fact, take the special hammer, break it, and it will do all 9 pieces at once. So now we have 9 pieces of gravel. And we can do compressed gravel. You can compress, I think, most of the blocks in this game. Break it down, and now 9 more pieces of sand. So it's kind of an easier way, not sand to dirt. Kind of an easier way, especially at first, to get it done. Good for efficiency's sake. Alright, so let's start filling in some of this area here with dirt. Clean out some of this moss around our dirt. Yeah, and then the grass should start spreading. And the other thing we can do, if we don't want to wait around, just go like this. Did we get, I mean, we got another 1, but one's better than none. Oop, that's grass, that'll spread. I know what we can do. We're going to take these 2 pieces of wood and make some wooden shears. Yep, you can make all sorts of wooden tools in this one here. And then we are going to plant ourselves a tree, because we want the leaves. And yep, that really, they do not last long. Plus doing that super mine thing really does use up a lot of durability. Like wicked quick. The main reason we want the leaves, let me see if we can do one other thing. No, that's not in here. Yep, no, okay, so we don't have wooden buckets in the game. You know what, that's okay. Ooh. We have some iron, so we will make ourselves a regular bucket. Perfect. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yes, you will also just randomly get sticks from the creators. Tree of Impending Doom, just add water. Perfect. Speaking of, where do we get the water? Well, that's what we needed the leaves for. You click on a cauldron, 3 leaves, will get you a bucket of water. Let's make ourselves another 2, and you can use that for stuff. I'm just going to ignore it for now. Let's make ourselves a hoe. Take a look at our seeds here quick. What do we have? We have wheat seeds, perfect. Some potatoes, and a couple of carrots. Good. Yeah, even beetroot early on, you know what we're happy for. It does have uses, mind you. And we're gonna need some more dirt. I have the dirt on me, so replace some of this with some more dirt. Give ourselves some good farmland. So yeah, you guys are gonna have to let me know, what you think of the style of videos in the comments and stuff. I said this is kind of brand new for me. If it's too fast, let me know. If you like the pacing, let me know. I mean, just in general, kind of let me know what you want to see here. There we go. Now we have a full little grid there of some farmland. I am also going to go boop boop. 4, 8. Make ourselves a regular chest. Just need somewhere to put things for the moment. And we'll put that in here. Got some crops started. So yep, then as we grow stuff and we get more seeds and stuff, we'll put it in there. So we need to make that a lot easier. We have a couple different ways of going about that. Let's see here. 1, 2. And make ourselves another cogwheel. I want to make a water wheel. And that's, yep, a big cog. Getting ahead of myself. We're going to take our cogwheel here in a moment. Put stuff away. If we put the cogwheel and another thing of planks, that will turn it into a large cogwheel. That will give us a water wheel, which is going to come in very handy. What do we get? Enchanted book. What's it got on it? Soak touch. That is good, but does not help us in any way, shape, or form right now. We are going to have to do some things before we can make that a little bit easier. That's fine. That's kind of just how it goes. Okay, let me grind up a bunch more gravel. We're going to need some of the resources from it, and then I'll come right back. Oh, that was certainly a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to smelt up some of the things we have here. This is raw zinc. It is going to come in very handy here in just a moment. Oh, hello, big boy. I was not expecting a slime. No, you're breaking my stuff. No, break the farmland. So let's see here. Next is encased fan. Shaft is 2 andesite alloy. That's right. So we need 1 zinc ingot, and we need to break that down into nuggets. And then, where is it? Here we go. We're gonna need some of this. Couple of andesite parts here. Andesite alloy. Okay, and then we'll take some zinc. Perfect. That gives us some shafts. What did we need for that? What kind of casing? Andesite casing. So let me grab a... And we're gonna need another andesite alloy. So we're gonna go boop, 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 and boop. Okay, next we're gonna do 2. We'll click on them with that, and that gives us some andesite alloys. I know, I don't understand it either, nor do I attempt to. So now we need, what is it? Propeller. Iron sheet. Okay, well, that's gonna be a little trickier. We need string. I am going to want to make a sword. And then I'm gonna want moss. Odd combination, I know, but the moss will be easier to break, and the sword lets me collect this, and I literally just needed 1 piece. So that's all the string I'm gonna need for now. Throw all this in there for the moment, because now we are gonna need some more gravel, because we are gonna have to literally do some more grinding here in a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna grind this up again here quick, and then we'll come right back. Just need to get a little bit more iron. All right, perfect. So now let me come back in here and we'll smelt that. So we need string, iron, iron. There we go. We now have an engineer's hammer. And that is going to let us do a few rather interesting things. Field projector, I have still not found a use for this yet. Engineer's manual, very good book to have actually. So for our fan, we need 4 iron sheets and an andesite alloy. Do I have the andesite ones? Over here at the crafting table. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. 4 iron sheets. So if we put that in even the 2x2 with the engineer's hammer, 1, 2, 3, 4, gives us iron sheets. We will put one of these in the middle, surrounded by the sheets. Gets us a fan. Now we need 1 of these. For now, that and this gives us an encased fan. What's our reward? Bread. I mean, I'm not going to turn down food. Definitely need a better food source. 16's not horrible. I want the first one to be right there. And gonna need a couple other things here. So boop. Gonna need some slabs. Kind of future-proofing myself here in a moment. Boop, boop, boop. That. This one will come over here, and that's all set. We're kind of getting this ready because we're going to have 3 of them total, as you can see. Water, lava, and that's eventually going to be soul soil down there. Put you away. Hang on to that. Get us a flint and steel. And we're going to need that when it comes to the soul sand. If we throw sand... Well, I need to get it first. So how do I go about getting it off the top of my head? Sand, mob soul, and water in a mixer. So we'll have to make a mixer. But first, we gotta do a few other things. Oh, and this is what happens when you put dirt under a dripper. Turns it into clay. Early on especially, there's a lot of just grinding and resource gathering to get to the point where you don't need to grind and resource gather as much. It's kind of the stage we're in, where as you can tell, yeah, it's a lot of kind of busy work just to be able to get to the point where we don't have to anymore. Okay, so we were working on... What we were working on. Yes, our fans. See, that's automatic now, so we don't even have to worry about hand cranking it, and it just makes our job a lot easier. Be able to put a bunch of stuff in there. So let me look up how to make, off the top of my head, because I don't remember, a chute, 2 plates, and an iron. Now, boop, boop, boop. Gives us a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we're going to do now is make our collection a heck of a lot easier. That. Okay, that'll go down into there. There we go. So now we put stuff in there. The chute will... It acts like a really big hopper in a way. Drops it all in there, and then that'll fall into there, out of there, and then we don't have to worry about collecting it. So the next thing I'm going to make after I craft that up, we'll get that going. We will grab, we have our hopper. We need 1 flower pot. Flower pot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make a botany pot and hopper botany pot. All right, so hopper botany pot is exactly what it sounds like it is, which I know to some they may have no idea. It's a botany pot that has a hopper in it, so it'll feed it right into the chest. Still doesn't explain what the botany pot is. Let me grab a piece of dirt, and we also want a sapling of some kind. I'll just grab birch because it's what we have. So now I will put this down, the botany pot, and then our dirt and tree. And that will just grow the tree on its own, put the wood and stuff into the chest. I like to use drawers, mind you, but for now that works. It's resource efficient. But I think that's where we're going to cut it for this episode here. It's already a little bit longer than I usually try to keep them, but considering this is my first episode for this series, I thought we could go a little bit extra. I cannot wait till we start diving into some of the create mod stuff, more of the power, and just so many of the fun things that modded Minecraft is going to let us do. And one more thing, if you could remember to hit that like button and subscribe, that way, I know you guys are enjoying the series and I can continue to make more. Just kind of helps get my stuff out there to more people. I would appreciate it. Want to see more of my content? Check out this video here. Catch you next time.